Oh, I thought I unmuted my mic, but I didn't. Well, those words will never be heard again. What's up, everybody? How's it going? How's your day's been? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. What's up, Ray? What's up, Justin? What's up, Neko? How y'all doing? It is Wednesday. It's hot as hell out right now. God, it's hot. Air quality is garbage. It's hard to breathe. But here we are sitting in front of technology that's just pushing hot air out. So I was remembering yesterday. How'd you feel about it? I think most people enjoyed it. Obviously there's the Zack Snyder goons that are like, we want our Superman back. And then there's the idiots that are like, they made Superman woke when... I haven't watched the full film, by the way, just bits and pieces from Afro's stream because he was watching it very ethically. But what I got from the bits and pieces is that Superman was just trying to be... Well, that is Superman, trying to be a good person and telling people to be good people, so... That's what I was saying, bro. They're mad that he's a good person. They're mad Superman's a good guy. And apparently being a good person is woke, but, you know. That's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to play more Ace Attorney. Last week, we left off finishing up the amusement park case. And now we're in a flashback case to the first time... I don't know why I was about to say Vinsmoke, bro. What the hell? The first time Edgeworth met Gumshoe. First time he met a bunch of people at the courthouse because it's his first case. He was going to take over another prosecutor because they got entangled in their case. But the prosecutor died and the person who was on the stand died. So currently Gumshoe is being charged with murder for both of them because they're saying he was the only person around who could have done it. And now we got to save him. We got to save our best buddy Gumshoe. What's up with that fountain? Why is it spraying like that? Look how pissed Gumshoe is, bro. Look at that one guy in the back lying down on the couch. Even when he's resting, bro, is freaking saluting. That's funny as hell. Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Coropian embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. What the heck? What do you mean, bro, to the person? What they called it? Oh, you guys could hear that from over there? It was like across my desk. What the hell? What you drinking? Beer. I love beer. Delicious beer. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely. Ha! Looks like you'll have to just wait. You have to wait just a bit longer for your big debut. That's an sticky. I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. If it's dismissed, why does the evidence have to be transferred to him? Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Coropian embassy staff member? And the murders of Miss Faraday and Mr. Rell. Of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. Oh, I forgot. One of the guys that got murdered, the prosecutor, is the father of the girl we met currently, who claims to be the second generation Yatta Garasu, the master thief. So I don't know if her dad was the first one, but I'm sure we'll find out. What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivety. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case. Slurp. Is that how you make your entrance into the stream, Zephyr? What's up? Papa, you'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. Damn. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for. I know that there's already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there's not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Damn! Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I were competing to see who could find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case so much, then do as you wish. Then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. What the hell-y? Francisca, thank you. What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means that the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. I couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here. Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Okay. Miss you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth, and who are you? Wait, you were there at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Francisca von Karma, and I am about to become the successor to the family name. About to? I guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. What? Did she hit her? Oh, why are you whipping me? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you, eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with the super serious atmosphere. Apparently they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel much better now, so what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in the defendant lobby number 1 the whole time up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. So I take it that your acquaintance is with Detective Bad. Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right, he was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. I've heard of the KG8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. Ooh. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad and he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see, he did mention that he's in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claimed that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. That's the big sibling, she gotta be pissed? Yeah. But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess? We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and he dragged Mr. Rull away. After that, Mr. Bad came to lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Bloody. When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred, so I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Macrell. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that had made off with the evidence in KG8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu, he had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there's no footage of him sneaking into the Kodopian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? And that he was just another cold-blooded killer? And you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable. But they are no match for us Von Karmas. I don't believe it, you're serious. Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edward, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KGA Isidel, right? And for that you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. L was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. Damn, she had to check him real quick, you know, man, make him know, you know, what's going on. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you'd tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about the character myself, but I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies that defend them. Requests from companies? The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives. You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Grr. Francisca, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or we may be sued. Youch! There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. She's really just dying of laughter. That just now was hilarious, little missy. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight? And, so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say, I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds like just another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too, but either way, I got a lot more clients now thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Gumshoe! Detective Gumshoe. Hey, it's you, pal, you're here. Ouch! Yeah! As am I. I don't think you need to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't. Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. How did bro make his mouse dance? I mean, you acknowledge the mouse, you know, I gotta get, I don't know. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will you? I would have done so even had you not requested me to, detective. Yeah, motive for the murder. How could you kill those people? So you and Mr. Friday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because on my very first day as detective, I reported it in as my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really, really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the exact same thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. That's actually funny. How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere school child. You claim to be standing guard in the front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so and from whom? Earlier at around 3:20 from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty. Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So it's Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope, not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look at what you were carrying on your personage. Ah, wait, you can't do that. There's nothing of any particular value here. Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Ah, hands off, pal. Just show it to us already. Annual bonus check within $5? How much were they slashing his wages? Except there's no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know? So that envelope was really special to me. Now give it back. You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later. How could you? So if he cashed it in today, did he cash it during, like, while he was, no, he probably did it before the trial even happened. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there's one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. What the heck? I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. It's a bookshelf? I'm not even near the bookshelf. What the hell? Oh my god, I don't care, bruh. So much yapping for a freaking bookshelf. I don't care. Wait, can we not talk to him again? We want to confirm his testimony, right? You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Then you're also claiming that no one had passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yup, not even a single ant passed through that hall. That's cap. We saw hella ants out there. You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true. I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the guys, the two guys that was beyond what I can even imagine. So he tends to continue telling this ridiculous lie, but why would he do so given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobby is in order. Yo, it's Kay. Ah, you! Damn! Why'd she kick him in the freaking butt for it? Ah! Rasputin? How could you not notice that coming? Ugh. Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier? Thanks! That's exactly what I needed. Kids can sometimes be so cruel. It looks like she dropped something. Oh, she dropped a freaking Swiss roll. Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead. I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. I believe I've asked all that I needed to of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. Oh yeah, we gotta freaking find out what that stupid judge was thinking. We have to confirm who is correct, the judge or that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of the lobby number 2 next then. I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisco? So, did you see anything else? Nope, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing, just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Karma recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I am Manfred Von Karma's daughter, Francisca Von Karma. I set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see, Mr. New Prosecutor. Oh, I didn't even let me freaking read it. Ah! I bit my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh ho! Very well, then I should call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes, what about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out the detective's exact movements. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Ahem, very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Too bad. Damn near every one of your trials could be run by this freaking goofball, unfortunately. Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. Huh? If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. Oh, okay. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, that Detective Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. Oh no, I don't have the program on. Justin, why? Look at this guy spammy. What's up, Phoenix? God dang, y'all just spending all your points. Holy cow. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's why my finely honed judge's intuition said. Although well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Ho ho ho. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Ho ho ho. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth. Anytime. What do you mean scared? You threw this stuff and it hit my face. Just seen some One Piece Blackbeard and Rock TikToks. They're hilarious, but there's no way that's true, is it? I'm not saying nothing. If you're not caught up, then you played yourself. It happened. I saw it on my screen. That's crazy. Mods, click the last minute to see the things that were thrown on my face. It showed up on my screen. Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Let me. Where's the browser? Browser. Yeah, see? It happened. All the stuff happened. Did it not show for you? I guess my stream skipped to live or something? I have no idea. But I wouldn't be surprised. Twitch is freaking garbage. Oh, you didn't see the judge? Yeah, okay, yeah, the stream, 100% the stream was tweaky for you. 100% it was. The judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down the very fair verdicts. What is this guy looking for? It doesn't look like there's anything contradictory left in this area. I suppose not. Perhaps I should check somewhere else. Okay, well, I guess they're telling me to go talk to this guy. Detective Bad, I have something. Oh, you know what, bruh? I bet Gumshoe came. Like, I think I already figured it out. Gumshoe cashed his check. He got a snack from the vending machine. He dropped it on the floor. He bent down to get the snack. That's why there's like some crumbs over there, and that's why the ants were falling in. So the judge saw Gumshoe disappear, but in reality, he was just on the floor picking up his snack, and he couldn't see him through the window. Already clocked it. Already clocked it. I think at least. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Karma himself, plus I still hold investigation authority, or investigative authority. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday, that guy was just accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over, and they sent Gumshoe of all people. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad. Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad, and that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. At around what time did all of that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway. Not once. Oh, and how can you make such a claim? One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. Yeah, 100%. He ducked down to grab his snack that fell on the floor. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to? That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2 just as I suspected. You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into the lobby number 2. And that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order. That makes you the discoverer of the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does. Little miss. I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve or else. Did he dodge it? Damn! You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Just joking. I'm joking. I think that's the only person I've seen so far that has dodged Francisca's whip. Are we about done? Is there anything else I'd ask him about? I guess we need time because he said he was looking at or talking about Gumshoe 30 minutes before the time of the gunshot. Yeah, because I think the new banner for Kitasan Black and dawg drop in like less than 30, right? Because I think it's 10 UTC and that's 6 my time. If I'm not messing up time zones, that is. I'd like for you to tell me the exact time of the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't going to show up for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang! The sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So we heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Will you be pulling on stream? Probably not. I don't know. Probably not. The world doesn't need to see my freaking Uma pulls. If anything, I'll pull in VC maybe. Detective Bad says someone jotted down my organizer. Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste. Hold it. She doesn't have her own hold it? Maybe it's because she's younger right now. They didn't just want to have the same voice. Did you see Ruby pulls? I think Ruby has like 30k saved up, right? I think last time I checked, I have like a little more than 20k saved up just from playing and all the stuff they've been giving us. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing. Probably my phone is working. True. I get the sense that he's somewhat investigating this crime scene. Or rather that he's keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask you to cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. We'll just do as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist cooperation? Do as you like. Alright, get out of here. Oops, wrong button. We gotta get the vending machine. Because it's gonna 100% vending machine, crumbs over here, and whatever this is. And I guess the forensic scientist guy. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. Packed for $9? Nah, but beef jerky is expensive. I'm not gonna lie. At least more expensive than like other snacks. Defendant's fresh milk. What? Defendant's fresh milk? Nah, they gotta change that. I don't want to be drinking anybody's milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do. The end of these. Until the end of these for $6. Ooh. This makes even more sense. Because remember how Gumshoe had $5 in his thing, and the young K Ferrari asked him for change for $1, so they probably split the Swiss roll. No, but she had hers in the pack though. So how did Gumshoe afford his? So what are the crumbs down there? Maybe my line of logic is cooked now. Because if they pulled their money to buy it, she still had it on her. So it's not like he dropped it. Or maybe the girl bought one already and Gumshoe bumped into her and it dropped. And then he felt bad, so he's like, I'll give you the 5. And she already had change for $1. So she went to Edgeworth, got a change for $1, and then had the 6 to buy another one. That's the one she has. So the logic still works, or it could still work. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful, period. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Milk, Swiss roll, beef jerky, ham sandwich? Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped is from this machine. 100% it is. I was wondering about that myself. It definitely is. Hot dog $7, orange juice $9. $9 for some orange juice is highway robbery. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what? Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess. You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh? I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all. Oh, never mind. If they're packs of 2, they definitely split it. They pooled their money, and there's money right there! We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. If you want, we can pool our money and buy a pack together. If I have to split it with you, then I don't want it. I see money, I see money. Or is that just an image to show you where to put the money? Dang. Now I feel stupid. Do I have to examine everything here? I don't want to hear their freaking monologue about all these stupid things. Never mind. Defend is fresh milk? What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means that the milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now. Nah, I don't want that. No, I think it might mean that this was milk right here from the various defendants. Miles Edward, you can't possibly be serious. Of course not. Yeah, you're sick. When it's looking bad, blind your opposition with some OJ. Are they prompting violence or promoting violence? Don't worry, my whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long. Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice may not be so bad. When you're in hot water, you might need a hot dog. What? It looks like this slogan was decided through a public contest. And the winner was Prosecutor Winston Payne. Isn't that the bald guy? What a pathetic slogan. No prizes at all. Now, if it was up to me, well, it would read, if you leave matters in Von Karma's hand, everyone in court will be found guilty dogs.
Objection!
Overruled. Don't be a jerk in court, let these beef jerks. I see.
Objection!
Wait, why did they have their objection sound now but not before? Miles Edwards, wouldn't you agree that it is a very clever pun? Do you really think they put that much effort into the product name? Even a foolish fool can understand the foolish thinking of the fool who made it up. You're acting so foolishly that I got so thoroughly mad, and now I'm utterly famished. But I swear she said it before. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Don't let the prosecution and the defense make a ham sandwich out of you. It sounds like it's directed at the ham of a judge. Well, it certainly isn't directed at me. I can outmaneuver him any day. Okay, well. Wasn't everything there? I keep hitting escape because I'm so used to escaping, like backing out of menus. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Okay, first of all, we gotta see this. What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's a litter running loose. There is a litterer, oh my god, running loose inside this courthouse. It's simply unforgivable. Ah! It's not like I was the one who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. Damn! What did he do? Ugh. What's the matter? I pricked myself on one of the cactus's needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp. Also, it was a balloon then, and the balloon popped. Well, what do you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head with one of those? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Oh, well then, I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size. Well, if you want to carry the mighty Von Karma name and not be squished under it, you'd better work extra hard just like these ants. Same goes for you, Francisca. Damn. Handprint. The dirt on this bench just smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there's someone going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame. Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. Doesn't that smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints off of the person who sullied this bench. I see, and then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob. You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir. Wait, I'm not done yet. I gotta get the freaking, oh, okay. I've got the results of the fingerprints analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, of course it's Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. Yeah, she's about to beat the shit out of Gumshoe when she finds out. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied this bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. What are these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Oh, that detective, he claims that not a single ant slipped by him. And yet there's a whole hill of them. Ouch! What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for that pathetic detective. Perhaps I should add this to the deduction. This deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. From the looks of it, sweet smell. From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Miles Edwards, the courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times. Ah! It wasn't me that dropped the food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean. No! Yeah, nah, I don't think I'd be able to deal with freaking Francisco Von Karma. No way am I getting whipped because somebody else freaking dropped some Swiss roll on the floor. So that window on the other side belongs to the men's restroom. I can't see it. At your height, I'm not surprised. Ah! I guess short people have feelings too. Why wouldn't they have feelings? Nah, this Edward guy, I think he deserved that one. Right? Why did he say that? I think I have everything I need. Oh, I didn't want to talk to you. This is what I wanted to do. Okay. Definitely this and this for sure. These bits of chocolate cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that? It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there. The vending machine. Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. 2 for $6, talk about expensive. Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. What's up, Perso? I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally, after all, I'm here, aren't I? Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. Yup. And as he ate it, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. Ugh! How could he have not cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable. Don't you dare with me again, it wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. Contradiction? Where? I think another look at this special. Oh, it's probably the price, right? Oh, okay. Blah 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 blah. Alright, if we deduce this, we'll be like, that guy broke. How do you afford this? Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yes. It's connected to its $5 bonus. Eureka! About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't even have a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is how? I mean, this and this definitely go together. This pink rubbery substance, I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion. Oh, nice. I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here. Oh, did the balloon pop and scare him, and that's why he dropped the Swiss roll? Well, I do too. Alright, Francisca. Would you care to share what conclusions you've come to? Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong. First, so you go ahead. It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay his honor a visit to correct his testimony. Oh, damn. God dang. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to test your witness's testimony to see how it stands up. Do you doubt me? Am I your new suspect? In a sense, I suppose you could say that. Even you, a judge, are nothing but a common witness before Avant Karma. Silence in the courtroom. Silence, I say. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended... Oh. You bit your tongue again, didn't you? As a defender of the law, I can never give a false testimony. You can even place me under oath if you want to. Very well then. Your testimony, if you please. What I saw at recess. During the recess, I went to the restroom. There's a window on the hallway side. In other words, I can see into the hallway. Also, you're all about to get it with ads in like a minute, so deal with that. As I entered, I saw Detective Gumshoe. I saw Detective buying something from the vending machine. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh. I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to spoil your fun now. During the recess, I am blah 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 blah. I think we can give the fingerprints. We should be good, right? Because he was there. It's proof that he was there. Objection! Yeah. What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone is giving testimony? Ha! If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by. Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncouth bench sullier has already been placed under arrest thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh, well that's good. But who was it? We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. Not happy with committing just murder, he had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty. Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that Detective Gumshoe is the one who made that mess on the bench. Who made that mess? We have not yet established that his action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then properly sat down on the bench to eat one. Who made that mess? You did, King! The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be correct. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? Heh, it is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out the window. I didn't think we needed that evidence. Yeah, you deserve that one. Ow! I knew I shouldn't have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under that hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. But then, it seems that you have made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window, yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. What? Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Hold it. Ah, sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try to say it once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it. Is there something of value that you'd like to say? Yes, actually there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. Even if we overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he? That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right? What I saw, part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard that loud bang of a gunshot. Oh, but it wasn't the gunshot, it was the balloon popping. That makes so much more sense. The notion life is real. Today sucks for me. I'm sorry to hear that today sucks for you, Safari. I hope today gets better for you, and if not, hopefully tomorrow will be. How was that? That is the testimony of one who judges the crimes of others. Your Honor, could you try to state that important facts first next time? I agree, before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words. Eek! I'm sorry. But honestly, I thought the sound was just a noise popper until just now. Now that he mentions it, right before we started the trial, he did talk about that. Oh, by the way, was there someone celebrating a birthday during the recess? I could have sworn that I heard a popper going off. Come to think of it, the other day with my grandson. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway, and whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. Instead of talking with my cousin about job market, I had him rant for like 5 minutes. Yeah, it's rough out here for everybody, man. I'm gonna press this.
Hold it!
As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at what point in the recess did you look into the hallway? After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvened? Yes, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that all-knowing smile is for. Only for 10 minutes, I should have read the guidelines. Should have saved it for a back. Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Let's see. I looked into that hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the book. Hold on, I gotta 20 minutes? But didn't bro say he heard the gunshot 30 minutes after? I wish I could click on it to confirm, but I'm pretty sure he said 30 minutes.
Objection!
Yeah. I cannot allow you to make an objection. What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Egad, I've been overruled. Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. What do you mean by that? What do I mean? You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von... Instead of bite... Oh. Eek! I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francisca. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. Whipped in the back is crazy. With your height, you need a stepladder before to accomplish that. Damn. Have you listened to the Clips album? I've not. Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet. I'll have you know I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Ha! Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad. And according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. Well, what did you just say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be. Unfortunately, that is the truth. But I heard it clear as day. Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot. The sound of a gunshot will keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what that gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. It was the balloon.
Take that!
I found this object in the hallway earlier. Well, what is that pink substance? It may not look it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon. I see, and I suppose you would like me to accept that the pink balloon into the court record. Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that Detective Gumshoe was sitting on the bench at the time, therefore you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Do you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I've said enough that even you could figure the rest out on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot. What manner of trickery is this? That was a good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I'd have wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. Care to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins? What's up, zombie? Happy Wednesday. Well, to be honest, I did think that sound was a bit off from a real gunshot. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. I knew it. I'm pretty sure it was her balloon. Okay. I wanted to trade these coins with you. That's it. The balloon that girl was holding, it explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I'm just ready to get paid to stop working till fall comes. True. Hopefully it's a big paycheck. I will see to it myself that he is released. Wait. There are still a few things I've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. But why? I thought we just cleared his name. Whether we just did or not, whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue my quest for the perfect explanation. And to that end, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courtroom. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal. I didn't do it. I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe. No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that. No. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that. Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in my judgment on my part. Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime. I guess so. What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. And please remember, you are not on trial. This is all just part of my investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony, yow, my whip will object loud and clear. If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely, understood? I got you, pal. My goat? Shit, I'm gonna give a false testimony just to get whipped? Yeah, you're crazy. Thinking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. No sleeves, short hair, and a whip. I don't see the downside. The downside is that she's a kid. Because this is 7 years in the past, so. Okay. Yeah, but this is a flashback case. So this happened 7 years ago. Right now, she's 13. So in the present day, she's like 20. I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on, until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. He's still singing the same tired tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and it's time I pulled the information I need out of him. Is he lying, though? Because we proved that he was sitting on the bench eating like that Swiss roll. I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's order. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of the lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in the hallway the whole time. I guess we can press this, because what proves that he was in the hallway the whole time?
Hold it!
You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time. However, is it not a fact that you did something while you were in the hallway? But is there really, even if you went to go to the vending machine, could somebody have really walked past behind him? I mean, I guess if you're not paying attention, someone could easily walk behind you and like just walk into that room and kill both of them, but yeah, I mean, it's not like anybody expects someone to get freaking randomly killed, so it's not like you'd have your head on a swivel looking around making sure like you're noticing everybody around you. I swear it was a mistake. Swiss rolls are mad fire anyways, but back to the case, could it just be the whip? Or do you think it was an actual... No, someone actually got shot. We got 2 dead people. It's just, they think he did it because he was the only person in the hallway at the time, but we're pretty sure it's not it. Of course I did something. I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else? Very well, then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail? Well, to put it simply... Oh, I know. It's my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch. Yeah, but you moved to go to the freaking vending machine. And that's when whoever snuck in to kill those people snuck in. I'm on my 6th day, silly I can't read, bro. Why am I so illiterate? I'm on my 6th day of consistently posting shorts and I'm flopping, bro. Yeah, that's life, man. It's literally, shorts are so weird because it's random when the algorithm will like catch on to your videos. But all you can do is keep posting, right? What's that saying? Like, opportunity comes at the crossing between, or is it luck? Is it luck or is it opportunity? Opportunity? No. Something happens between opportunity and effort? Luck and effort? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Forget whatever saying I was trying to say. I got Hida-san first 10 pull. Dang. Now do it again 5 more times and make it your support card so I can use it. Oh, post shorts all eyes on decks? Not really. I mean, my last couple shorts have been doing good, but I've been posting shorts for a couple years now since the short feature came out. So I got other SSRs, unfortunately. Dang. Wait, what other is that the only SSR in the banner, or is there another SSR that's running with it? Oh, Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Oh, it's also Satono Diamond. What kind of... And she's stamina. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't mind another good stamina card. Because I don't have Super Greek. These are people to spend the carrots so I can say... is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? You got it, pal. I didn't take a single step away. Bro, why would you say that? Because we know you're lying, Gumshoe. Just like I was ordered not to. Yeah, he's cooked. Everyone's like, this guy's lying. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we're all in shock. and in awe of your utter stupidity. Scruffy, if you're gonna lie, at least tell us a more believable one. Yeah, he deserved that whip. Youch! But I'm not lying. I should hurry up and bring this insipid? I don't think I've ever heard that word before. Insipid. Lacking of flavor. Oh, the more you know. I got 2 kids on black cards. Let's go! Okay, we can eat. Oh, I didn't mean to press that. No. I'm only gonna ask you one more time, Detective Gumshoe. Are you sure you stood in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time? Yup, after I was told to by Detective Bad. I stood guard in front of that door without a single break. So believe me when I say that I was in the hallway the whole time already, pal. Everyone's just like, this guy's good. Yeah, I didn't mean to press that. I was gonna present the freaking, we can present anything. We can present the Swiss roll. We can present the fingerprints, bruh. Apparently someone has a bit of trouble reading between the lines. What's that supposed to mean? I don't... Be quiet. Youch! I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close. Alright, present. There we go.
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe, there is a problem with that statement you just made. Oh, because even though he said he didn't move away from the door at all, he literally went to go buy a Swiss roll from the vending machine. And the vending machine is like at least a couple meters away from the door. So he definitely moved away at one point, so he was lying. Detective Gumshoe, there's a problem with that statement you just made. What are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with my statement, pal. So don't go around slamming what I have to say for no good reason, alright? Unless you do have a good reason. In which case, can you explain it to me in a way that even I can understand, pal? Miles. It looks like the evidence will be of little use to you. Oh, did I present it on the wrong thing? Oh, I fucked up. I presented on the long line. Yeah, I was supposed to present it here, damn. I'm garbage! There we go.
Objection!
There we go. I have an objection. What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey, it's one of those things. The courthouse special Swiss rolls, right, pal? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench. Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this. You inconsiderate, slovenly pig. What the hell? Eek. I promise to clean it up later, I swear. Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? Furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get the bench dirty with your grubby hands? Ouch! It appears that Francisca's whip can do more damage than my words alone can. I mean, obviously. You freaking know it's a whip. Alright, I confess, pal. I was hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating up the job. So I didn't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay, I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for. You got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. No, you're Cappy! That last statement. It may sound like it makes sense. However, there's something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Huh? Of course not. I've got nothing else to hide, pal. Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal. I swear, nothing else. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Huh? Remind me again, pal? That vending machine out in the hallway is selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack. And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Whoa! We are gonna roll and make something quick to eat, bet. Let me ask you then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that? I told you I bought it myself, pal. There wasn't anyone else in that hallway with me, so there's no one else who could have helped me buy it. Wait, don't tell me. You've got some kind of proof that there was someone else in the hallway, don't you? Correct. As if you could, I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do? Of course I do. What? How? What proof do I have? I mean, it's just a Swiss roll again, isn't it? Because the little girl dropped it.
Take that!
Hey, you showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal. I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of pack of rolls. Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it, you thief. No way the guy who is freaking being potentially charged with murder is calling me a thief. I would never do such a thing. All you liars are the same. You started out as thieves. You're under arrest, pal. I believe you meant to assert that all thieves start out as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, Detective Gumshoe? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone. Oh. There were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but then you gave the other to a certain other person, didn't you? No way, pal. You got it all wrong. I ate both of them. And there she pops in. Oh, we blocked it this time. It would appear that we've caught you at last. Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to that girl. It would appear that they do know each other after all. So why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name and it's Kay. Kay what? Kay Faraday. Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter? I'm not a you, I'm Kay. Kay? You know, good little girls don't kick other people. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do. Well then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister. Gummy? My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe. What a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Kay. It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail. What the hell? Oh, do we actually have to talk to her? Now then, Kay. No way she's roaring and hissing. What the hell? She's like a stray cat. I wonder if I should feed her something. Probably the Swiss roll, I guess.
Take that!
Okay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down. Oh, a Swiss roll. It really belongs to you though, doesn't it? Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy. That's unfortunate. Does she know her dad is dead? Oh my. Your father, he's... Don't you say another word, pal. She doesn't know yet. Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Dad. I overheard the guards talking. About how Dad, he's not here anymore. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Okay? I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna... Oh, damn. It's alright. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now to have this happen right in front of me? This child. I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you gonna just stand there and watch a lady cry? Ah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay, here, how about we use this handkerchief and dry your little eyes? Ooh. Oh, that's why she still has it. No, my cravat. Don't blow your nose on that. I feel better now, thanks. Okay, you're gonna be alright? Yep, I'm already alright. Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it. At least you got a father. Damn. I promised Dad I'd never cry in front of strangers. And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right? That's right. Even if I can't see my dad anymore, I'm still gonna keep all my promises. You're a very brave girl, Kay. You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry just for you. Thank you very much, lady. Ha! It's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all. It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisca is sympathetic to Kate's feelings. Kate, what kind of person was your father? Dad was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world. So to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we are in a sense, as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals. Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Dad would buy me an absolute favorite treat. Oh, the Swiss rolls. Oh. I want to be a hero of justice someday, just like my dad. So I've been working really hard. I see. And what have you been working hard on? I've been working hard to keep all the promises Dad and I made together. Our promise notebook. May I take a look inside, Kay? Sure. It appears to be an exchange of diary sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Friday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. Okay. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father. I'm gonna try. Hey Kay, so I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too. Yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy. Yeah, aren't I, Kay? What is with the two of them? I hand out I hand down verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero too. Yes, and thanks to your oh-so-heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that. That's funny as hell. Gummy is not a bad man, okay? That poor judge, he's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay. Yeah, we're friends. In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? I want to see what that promise book is about. Never take things from a stranger. Never go anywhere with a stranger. Always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Never cry in front of strangers. Always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure that everyone follows the rules. Kay, be a good girl. I promise that you'll keep your promises to me. Wow. So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier. Yup. I was on my way to see Dad when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring really hard at the vending machine, so I said hi. And when was this? Before everything got crazy. How long were the two of you together? We only talked for a little while, and then we went on our own ways. That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess, isn't that right? Ah, you got me. I told you stop picking on Gummy, mister. Very well then. I'll just have to speak with the good detective in private later. Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls, Kay? Well, I didn't really have a lot of money, and I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had, but that still wasn't enough, and I really wanted one. Come to think of it, she did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1, and that's when you came and asked me to change your money, correct? Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister. Sure. But let me ask you, even with that $1, you still didn't have enough, correct? Well that's why... Hey, if you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal. Need I remind you that you're the only one under arrest. Yow! I said that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question. Sorry about your roughly thing. Yes, well now that it's positively drenching your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one. But Dad said, never take things from a stranger. Ah, it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct? Yeah, look, see, it's right here on this page. What's up, David? Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it, man. Okay. Alright then, I'm not giving this to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me the next time we meet. Ah, and that's why she was gonna... That's why she... that makes so much sense. Okay, Dad never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers. Now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little Kay in the hallway. Ow! Grr, I told you to stop being mean to Gummy. Miles Edgeworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve. I beg your pardon? You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us. That's, well... Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake. Hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything's gonna be okay. Ah, so that's why. So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation. His reason for lying is very simple. What? Here's what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's actions and the interaction with Kay, it's obvious that the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. Probably the promises, right? Because if her dad said don't take anything from somebody, but she took the Swiss rolls from Gumshoe, so he lied so she wouldn't break one of the promises.
Take that!
Mr. Faraday and Kay's promise notebook, how does this explain anything? If you could take a look at this page, clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. What a foolishly foolish fool's fool of a foolish reason for a fool. Eow. Gummy, you lied because of me, didn't you? Because I'm your friend, Kay, that's why. Gummy! At long last, Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? Okay, I'll spill the goods. I'd been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry and that snack vending machine was taunting me. But all the cash you had on you was $5 and that was enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that machine is a $6 pack of Swiss rolls. Yeah, but then like an angel from heaven Kay showed up. I was thinking about sharing a snack with Dad, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll, but I only had about $1 in coins. So we pooled my $5 and her $1 together and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises, so then Gummy said, Mr. Ferrari's one scary guy when he gets mad, but don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know? He told me it'd be okay, and he gave me a whole roll to save and give to Dad. Who knew that Scruffy could be so considerate? Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together. Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate. I'll never forget it as long as I live, pal. Anyway. Monkey Sound Black wants to throw the time in. Let's go! Ooh, and a Pokeball. What's in the bowl? Anyway. I believe this also belongs to you. Oh, that's from the balloon I popped. It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you. But that balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. Oh. What do you think of the episode so far? Pretty crazy. Good world building. The fact that, but what I'm confused about is how does she know that Edgeworth was, stuck, like being captive at the amusement park? Like, I feel like, I mean, I'm sure it'll be explained later, but she definitely recognized him frame one and was helping him with the investigation, so. Another fine motion? Damn! And because of me, Gummy dropped his half of the Swiss roll. Ahaha, wow, you really got me there, pal. So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister. So you kicked me, is that it? You sure are a feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister. It's alright, I'm perfectly unharmed. But about this Swiss roll, would it be alright with you if I held on to it until Detective Gumshoe is cleared of all charges and free to go? Yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay? Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders.
Objection!
Oh my god, it's the you! Actually, it proves the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe was the only one who could have committed the crime. What do you mean? It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Yu. Double vodka? Dang. I'm getting lectured on manners by a girl with a penchant for whipping people. Well, how dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, lady. Gumby's not the bad guy. Oh, and what have we here? What is a child doing here in the courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child away. She ran. What, Miss Callisto, you? That girl's Mr. Farade's... I know. So what? You think that just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around the crime scene? I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak nothing of getting underfoot. I suppose you're right, however, as long as we're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct? Yeah, but... You see, isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He's the only person who could have gone into lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. I have no counter argument to that. Don't worry, I've already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. Damn. But the investigation is far from over. Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard? I suppose it is. Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal, or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Ooh, Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgivable as a disciple of Von Karma. Ha! Down, Tigers. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. Looks like we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all of the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we've yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. To be continued. Boom. You should finish this episode today? I don't know. Because I'm gonna be honest, if we investigate that room, that's gonna be a whole investigation plus any other testimonies we gotta do with whoever was there. And I doubt that'll be the end of it. There's probably gonna be freaking more bullshit we gotta do after. Because even if we go to that room, we get testimonies, we still have to figure out who actually killed the guy. And I don't have any, I don't even have any, like, because I was so focused on trying to figure out Gumshoe, like, what he was up to. I have, like, no, like, thoughts on who the killer could be. Realistically, the killer, it's not Gumshoe. The only other people we have available are the judge, Manfred von Karma, that Callisto Yu lady, Detective Bad, and that one foreign guy who they thought was the killer last time in the KG8 case. I don't think it's the judge. I don't think it's Manfred von Karma, because they weren't even around, and I don't think it was that other guy. So but Callisto Yu and that Bad, the Detective Bad, I don't know. How long have I been live for? That's the real question. About 2 hours. I feel like I should do more. You know what? Let's at least start the investigation for that room, and then maybe that'll give me more ideas. Alright. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? It smells like flowers. Uncle Bad, is this it? Uncle Bad. Isn't that Detective Bad and Kay over there? It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff. No, that's not quite it. Aw, too bad, but so pretty. I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it. Whoa, I don't know what she found, but she can't keep it. Whatever she found could be important to the investigation. Thanks, I'll treasure it always. Those two seem to get along rather well. I need a button to uncap all cards. Having to uncap individual ones is such a chore. Yeah, it really is annoying. It would be nice if there was just an uncap button. But I think it's because you can also convert like spare cards into the horseshoe things, right? And then you could buy stuff with those too, I think. Oh, here, I've got something else for you. Yay! Thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with Gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe. Gummy he was trying to be nice to me because I was going to get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. I know he didn't kill Dad. Don't cry. Friday would be sad if he saw you crying. I'm not crying. Okay. Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too. Don't you think it would be a good idea? Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant, so I'm related to the investigation. Is that so, Detective Bad? Yeah, I guess. What? You were just scolding us like kids not to mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why? People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things she wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu's looking into. Uncle Bat, I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you. Oh, that's right. Hey, mister. What is it? I know Gummy really isn't the bad guy. I mean it. So, please, find the real bad guy, okay? I won't forgive whoever did this, but in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering. I guess we talked to you, buddy. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? Nothing that concerns you, boy. Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay. It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste. Sounds like he'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I did think twice and opened the window. But that smell's still, here. Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand. She said it's a famous brand from overseas. It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely a knockoff. No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl. You can have it. I was born from a much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail. Why can't she ever be honest about it once? Okay. So now we have the perfume Miss Yu wears. Just fantastic. Is that all you want to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. Okay. So you were in this room the entire recess. Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end here. At least your story is consistent. Earlier you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu. Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here. Then what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in two different locations. Yes I am. Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you. Oof. Let's see, Miss Yu is the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident, and as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on that case. I wonder if the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective on that case. You knew? I also know that today's trial involving the Cadopian Embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me, and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday, and the KG8 incident. If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG8 incident. It's not exactly a happy story. Other than the people who were directly involved, You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. The honest truth behind the KG8 incident. Okay. Friday, you and I, as you already know, we three were involved with the KG8 incident. Friday and I were originally on trail of a smuggling ring. You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group secretaries? That trial was just a front. A facade. Yeah, but the case became tainted, all because the witness who was going to testify about the Amano Group's ties to the smuggling ring, CCU, was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name was Colin Devore. To be honest, the guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Devore was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. The boss man of the Amano Group? He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do? Suspect Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling? I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different story. But since he's already been acquitted once of a murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both. Miss Yu did mention that as well, about how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister. But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. What kind of trap? The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. I used one of the tickets from the cleats. And I got base McQueen, Rom McQueen. Damn. It do be like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda wanna get on the game and pull. The holes in this jacket are a testament to that trap. You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times with one gunfight? No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG8 incident. I see. I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom. The victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu. About when you first met Miss Yu, it was on the day the verdict of the KGA incident was handed down, was it not? Yes, Friday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all we could do. But just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough. Damn. I suppose you're not wrong. You said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again. But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Yeah, Friday and I, even after the KG8 incident had come to a close. We continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. Is the ring really that big? It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Was it the wrong Tokai Teo? Tokai Teo! Look at that silly outfit there. Friday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective. Oh, the new tail. Yeah, I don't like that outfit for her either, honestly. What's the difference between this tail and the regular 3-star one? Same with the McQueens. Well, what's the difference between them? Friday. Okay, I already read that. Took to the witness stand. Base stats and skills. Okay. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Her client was related to the smuggling ring as she was defending them. Yeah. Yu was pursuing the ring as best she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason. Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect. I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG-8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was the only way I had to get close to Mr. Rel was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping a criminal is just despicable. You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop for you. That's how naive you are. How dare you assault the daughter of Avant Karma? Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all. The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it. Only the skill of the craftsman. You two are still too young, but one day, you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well. I met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and I, we cracked quite a few cases together. But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yatagarasu case. Did we touch a nerve? I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu, which I would have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation, but I guess I won't be doing that either. I said that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is necessary. You claim to know much about the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me? What you two should be looking for right now is proof of a murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu. What? The KG-8 incident and this second KG-8 incident. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witnesses who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yatagarasu. Then during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Miles Edwards, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already. I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time. A reason, huh? And so in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Roll's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yatagarasu. If it'll help you solve this case, then I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu. What was that sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip you by accident. Ouch! It still accidentally whipped me anyway. There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. I see, so those are the Yatagarasu's special traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief. The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away. But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't. Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. Grr. What's different about this time was that the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police, and the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodopian embassy, the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu sent the evidence. Until now, the Yatagarasu would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yatagarasu uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. And just what sort of card is this? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize something, a white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. And that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, I'd much appreciate it. Okay. Understood, I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you? Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. Damn. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Sigh. It appears that his honor is still a bit dispirited. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict. Francisca, there is no need to further depress His Honor. But I'm not trying to, Miles. Your Honor, Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor? The evidence? Your Honor! Oh. Yes, can I help you? I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Your Honor, do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job? Yes, I'm sorry, and I would accept the defense attorney has yet to arrive. She's busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we? Very well, in that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rel are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation into their case. Understood, Your Honor. The piece of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. Ugh. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case, and maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth. I place all of the evidence over the prosecutor's bench for you. I see, thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they're all accounted for. Evidence that Monsieur prepared is just sitting here on this table. You know you can't just walk off with it, right? Of course I do. Monsieur must have been caught off guard by her client's sudden accusation. I wonder how she would have defended Mr. Earl in that case if she was still alive. So this is the evidence related to today's Kodopian embassy trial from Mr. Farade's bag. You mean the evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right? Yes, finally we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine while we have the time. Agreed, I want to take a good look at all of the evidence from the embassy murder too. And why is that? Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something. And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today. I see someone is still sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma. It's all so real to see the knife up close. So what we have the knife, the gun, and an envelope, and what's this organizer doing here? Oh, that's right, I completely forgot to tell you. About what, Your Honor? They found Mr. Farade's personal organizer inside of the evidence bag of his. Detective Bad requested to be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation. Detective Bad said that? What a strange stroke of luck. Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. We might as well flip through it, too. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. This gun, it was originally used to kill the Kodopian embassy staff member. When the crime scene was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest. And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic. Indeed. Okay. Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act? And it's never crossed your mind that you used your variety crop for the wrong purpose. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to skim it. I suppose I should explain to you then. Yes, you should, perfectly and in its entirety if you please. On the night of September 8th, blah blah blah, but we already know all this shit. A simpleton of a man, that's what he was. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Earl was caught in the act on film by a security camera. He was an even bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice the security camera. The Kodopian Embassy's security system is supposed to be very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? You can clearly identify Mr. Rell on it, even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear, so the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see the moment of someone's death in real life. Me either. Mr. Farade's organizer, it appears he was in the habit of using it. It looks like he wrote a strategy for getting Mr. Rell convicted in here. It appears that Mr. Farade honestly believed that Mr. Rell was the killer in this case. And it would also appear that he had proof that Mr. Rell was not the Adigarasu. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. It's been a long battle. I hope this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe that Mr. Friday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. L may have made about being the real Yatagarasu, and he had a way to prove that Mr. Rel was the guilty party in the embassy murder. His organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. Okay. Look, there's a picture stuck between these pages here. It appears to be a key, and a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design on the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yatagarasu's key Mr. Friday mentioned in his organizer? The Yatagarasu's key. Detective Bad said something earlier. What's different about this time was that the evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police, and the sender was none other than the Yatagarasu. Yeah. Mr. Friday must have been trying to keep the secret key safe, and the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu and as the prosecutor on both the Yatagarasu smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. That's odd. What is it? Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. That certainly is odd. The weapon that was used to kill the Karopian embassy staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? Isn't it obvious it was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rel? That's the only logical conclusion, right? No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked through for contraband. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside. In that case, how do you suppose the knife ended up inside the courthouse? I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that the knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there's one item listed, but it's the key that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I'll need to take another good look at the evidence. Can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me? Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca. What is it? One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. It's just the key, right? I wonder if the key goes in the bottom over there.
Take that!
This Yatagarasu key, Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornamentation of the key's handle remind you of anything? They do remind me of the knife. Very good. Both the Yatagarasu's key and this photo of the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yatagarasu key, the only object that we found at the crime scene was the knife. Don't you seriously mean to say it appears that you finally caught up? And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are in fact one and the same, but that's impossible. Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. don't know what though. Oh yeah, it has a little slit there, so maybe like the knife folds inwards, and that's when the key comes out. Oh, that's cool as hell. That's crazy. I can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a trick to this thing. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yatagarasu stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up till now. Frankly, I'm shocked. Mr. Faraday only mentioned that the key aspect of this piece of evidence in his organizer. It's possible that even he had no idea that the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to the knife trick, could have killed Mr. Faraday. Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who even knew more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. The Yatagarasu. The great thief Yatagarasu. Then maybe Mr. Earl really was the Yatagarasu, and he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario? No, not really, especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Earl was not the Yatagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, yeah, when they asked him about the paper, he didn't know anything about it. It seems that this key is truly the key to solving the case. Alright. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And that's the piece is missing is the surveillance video that was played in court. The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? The video showing the moment with which Mr. Earl committed the murder. Where could it have gone indeed? Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I'm missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence. Your Honor, where do you direct your duties? In your duties? What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for? No, Your Honor, the most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me. But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene. There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answers I seek, I'll have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Yo, he's in uniform now, dang. That's Detective Bad, but who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. So, did you find it? No, not yet. I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. Yeah, it's the young guy. Or it's the freaking, oh my, what's the name? The Interpol agent. But him 7 years prior. Heh, so you're the one running this show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? Wow, so they met even before. I wonder if they both remember that they met. What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right behind him? I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids? It looks like you were paying attention after all. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. So that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. Yeah, he had the mirror out. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Zhangfa to study. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree, however, I can think of one young lady that's the same and also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. Huh. Fine. If this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Earlier you were in lobby number 2, or in lobby number 1, and now you're here in lobby number 2. You're quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked what happened, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you, boy. Boy, you'll see. I will draw my answer from you, one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation? I gave Faraday notebook to the judge earlier. That's help enough. Arg. Please, we're asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me, kid. I'd like to ask once again about what time or about what happened around the time of the crime. One of my favorite things about the series is how beyond obviously showing reaction and emotion that a lot of poses of more purpose than beyond that. Yeah. Because you can definitely tell, like, just the way they're standing and the way they're looking, like how they're feeling. Kind of crazy. I refuse to answer. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to answer questions about things I don't know about? Things you don't know about, but aren't you supposed to know everything? You should. Wait, is it possible? Maybe he doesn't know about the trick behind that piece of evidence. I should try showing it to him. It may prove to be the key to getting some answers from Detective Bad. Yeah, they really cooked when they were making this character, bro. Freaking the beard, the scars, the wrinkles, the indents in his head, the freaking bullet holes in the jacket. Crazy. Detective Bad, did you know of the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Yatagarasu's case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Yatagarasu's key are one and the same? You about to be like, oh my god! What? That's impossible. It looks like he didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Yatagarasu's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Yatagarasu's key to prove that Mr. Rell was not the real Yatagarasu. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife. Yeah, I have to admit, neither one of us knew that fact. And if either one of us knew, then no one in law enforcement knew either. How did we miss something as big as this? I noticed that since a little while ago you appear to be searching for something. I presume that this key is what you were searching for. Yeah, that's right. And why were you searching for it? Because I promised Friday. I promised that I'd protect the key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared from Friday's evidence bag. Who would have thought that the key is what took Friday's life? Detective Bad? So that we may find the truth, please testify to me once more. Oh, shit. Alright. But it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change. Detective Bad, I ask that you please testify once more about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in lobby number 1. My answer is still the same, and this is the last time I'm going to do this. That's fine because I'll blah blah blah. Find the truth, blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Testimony time, bro. I'm tired of talking, bro. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I was in lobby number 1, talking with you. We were yada 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 about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to reconvene. When we heard it, you and I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. Okay. I saw Gumshoe goofing around there, and then we all ran to lobby number 2. Interesting. Very interesting. Indeed. However, I feel like that we have yet to draw out all the information we can.
Hold it!
He just heard the gunshot and nothing else? Until you heard the gunshot, did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? I didn't hear anything out of I didn't hear any other strange sounds until the gunshot. If the gunshot Detective Bad heard was really the one from the murder, that would give that the other piece of evidence an entirely different meaning. I ask that you please amend your testimony with that statement just now. Yeah, what if it was the balloon, now that I think about it? Sure. Balloon, balloon, balloon.
Objection!
Detective Bad, does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? It's the same color as the one Kay was holding. Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon. Yeah, I was sitting here with her up in the gallery during the recess. Just before we split up, I filled that balloon up for her. Well, as you may have already surmised, this piece did indeed come from Kay's balloon. So what about the balloon? I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. Oh, so the sound that the judge heard was not actually a gunshot, huh? On top of that, his honor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 minutes before the trial was to reconvene. Yes, which means that his honor heard the balloon pop in the hallway when you were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. And if you were in lobby number 1 at the time, you were close enough that you should have heard the balloon popping as well. So? Wait, don't give me a so. We just proved that there's a flaw in your testimony. That crackling of truth is louder than the sound of your sweet naivety cracking. And since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Did you ever stop to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from being leaked. What is that supposed to mean? The doors and walls are super thick. The window panes are a double layer. But wasn't the window open? Wasn't the window opened? The window panes are double layered. To top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound absorbing material. Then you mean, since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there's no way I could have heard that sound. Oh, I'm about to cook him. I'm about to cook him. No! Gurk. I knew that's what he was going to say, and that means the Scarface testimony is completely useless. If the rooms are soundproof, then of course you wouldn't hear any sign of a struggle. No! That's also why it's only natural that I didn't hear the balloon popping. Now, do you get it, kids? Miles, I thought we were supposed to be the ones finding flaws in his logic. Not the other way around. The other way around. It's not possible to hear the sound of a balloon popping if one were in lobby number 1. However, if we examine the situation in reverse, the person standing in the hallway should not be able to hear the real gunshot either. And yet Detective Gumshoe claims to have heard it while he was standing in the hallway. Detective Bad, if that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean, how? I just did. It would appear that you have yet to realize the contradiction in your own words. Oh, how so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ear? Ah, I see what you mean. I guess I'm more out of it from Friday's murder than I had thought. Which means what exactly, Miles? In the end, what does it all boil down to? It boils down to this. There must be a reason as to how Detective Bad and Gumshoe heard a gunshot they theoretically couldn't have. It looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? There's the state of the crime scene. Wait, can it be? It's that ultra strong perfume you wear. She spilled some of it. Ah! And way too noisy. A surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Was it number 2 or number 1? I mean, I guess this and this go together, right? Yeah, they have to. Oh, and then the loud... Okay, I think I get it. It's simply not possible for the killer to have escaped through barred windows, and yet the fragrance of the perfume managed to escape from defendant lobby number 1. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through these open barred windows. And they probably heard the gunshot when they... Oh, does that not connect? I thought for sure it might. Oh, maybe this and this then. Oh, did they play their sound to make it? Oh. Now, what else besides smell can go in and out of a barred window? It's sound. The answer is sound. So no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. And since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 and the hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard in both locations. Yeah, then the missing evidence, the tape for the evidence is in the freaking TV. And I guess the murderer played it, so it sounded like a gunshot went off. The missing piece of evidence is a video. That shows the moment in which Mr. Rowe killed the embassy staff member. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me when it was played during the trial. The video should have been returned to Mr. Friday's evidence bag for the recess, and brought back here. If it disappeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still here in this room. Eureka! The evidence of the missing evidence created for me is the gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. It's not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine the television. The TV? Well, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Okay. We gotta inspect this. It's a video player, and there seems to be a videotape inside. It looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end. This tape, could it not be the missing surveillance tape? I suppose, but Detective Bad, would it be alright with you if I verified the contents of this video? Sure, knock yourself out. Alright, then let's rewind this to see what we have. If I remember correctly, the footage of Rel killing the embassy staff member should be at about the 30-minute mark from the start of the tape. Understood. This should be about right now then. Let's see. Yep. This is the footage of Mr. L shooting the embassy staff member. I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along. This sound, what's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Bad has figured out the true source of the gunshot he heard. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it out then? Yes, all I have to do now is show what the gunshot detectives Bad and Gumshoe heard was, and through where they heard it from. Fine, in that case, show me what you've deduced. I mean, it was through the freaking window, of course. And through where, blah, blah, okay. Yeah, and then we just give the freaking surveillance tape.
Eureka!
Eureka! If the door and the windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and no one would have been the wiser. That's true, this courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss Yu, all three of them heard the gunshot. And the hallway were open. So naturally the people in these locations could hear it. But then why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct, that's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. But why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well, I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our possession of a certain fact. What was it that the killer wanted to manipulate? All the time, right? Yeah, when the crime took place. Oh, so they got killed way earlier then. Oh, so it could really be anybody. What the hell? The killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise wishes, and they used the gunshot in their surveillance video to do so. Oh, damn. So that's why the tape was left running. You mean the gunshot I heard was from this video? Yes, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been during the recess before the Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period and planned this crime out in advance. That person is a real killer. Let's go. I got my health back. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, what is it? Miss Yu is asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. It looks like Miss Yu is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It would appear that the time has come to uncover the truth. To be continued? Yeah, nah. I'm not doing the next part. We can do that next stream. I'm guessing the next part is the last part. So we'll do the last part, and I guess we'll start the next case in the next stream as well. You got 2 more hours in you? I promise I don't. My freaking throat hurts. I feel like I'm losing my voice. So, in an effort to not strain my voice, I will wrap it up here. W stream, thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's live? Who's live that I can raid right now? Is there anybody that I want to raid? Bro's like no more stream. My voice is killing me. We'll hop in the VC. All right, then I won't hop in the VC. I was gonna vibe in the VC, but you know what? You're right. I won't hop in the VC. I'll just keep to myself. Thank you very much. I'm just out of here, bro. Fuck a raid, bro. I don't care anymore. Goodbye. I'll catch you all on Friday for more Yakuza. Obviously more Ace Attorney next week Wednesday. More Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance on Monday. If you're new here, sub up. Hopefully the command works. If it doesn't, then GG. Oh, it worked. Let's go. Wash your hands, stay safe, drink water, blah, blah, blah. Use your head, use your best judgment. Or else it's crazy times. I'll see y'all on Friday. Goodbye. Goodbye. Why is it every time I stream, something gets into my eyes somehow, bro? It's so freaking annoying.